Hi everyone, I'm David Scher at Scher Lawyers. Wanted to reach out to speak with everyone about how we're working remotely at Scher Lawyers to keep your cases moving during the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. So some of you may be wondering, as you're wondering about most things in your life, how they're continuing to work and how we can function in this environment. But what we have here is some questions that I'd like to answer for you to try and put you at ease with respect to what we are doing here at Scher Lawyers. So one of the questions that many of you may have is what technology do we have in place that would let lawyers and staff work from home? Well, we employ several different technologies to ensure our firm can operate from home just as if we were in the office. Our computers use a mix of technologies to connect to the office and to keep us at an acceptable connection speed. Instead of communicating in person, we are using Microsoft Teams to ensure all of our staff can quickly talk to each other, jump on a voice or video call, or look at documents together by sharing their screens. And to facilitate larger meetings, we're using Zoom for video conferencing and are actively working on setting up technologies we can deploy to clients who otherwise would not have the equipment or internet connection to join a meeting. Our phone systems are currently getting an upgrade as well. We're currently using cell phones to talk on the phone, but in the coming days every employee will have a phone they can use at home that works just like the one at the office, and our reception team will be able to connect clients straight to staff as usual. As for our networking systems, we have recently undergone a large upgrade to our infrastructure and servers to ensure we have the speed and power to keep our growing business moving no matter where our staff are located. So some of you may be concerned with all this remote working, is your information still safe and secure? And your information is absolutely still safe and secure, as our staff are set up to work as though they were sitting at their desks at our office. We have strict guidelines regarding handling of sensitive private and confidential information, and we continue to follow our usual policies in that respect. You may wonder when you're phoning us, who is answering the phone and where are they? Well, when you phone Scher Lawyers, the first person to respond is still usually our receptionist, who is still working at our office location. You may get calls from our lawyers or legal staff, and many of them will likely be phoning you from their homes as they are working remotely. And as I said earlier, some may be using their cell phones, but we are in the midst of setting up a system where they'll be phoning from an office phone at home. Some of you may be wondering if any of us are still coming to our regular office. I've already told you that we have a receptionist coming in. We have a few people still working at the office, staying far apart enough to provide for the appropriate social distancing. And we have the necessary people in attendance to make sure those working remotely can continue to effectively access our network and keep everything running. So now what about your cases and how they're going to get resolved? We have mediations, settlement meetings, discoveries scheduled for some of you that are coming up in the coming weeks and months, and we just don't know how long this thing is going to go on for that prevents us from getting together. So we have taken steps and initiated methods to try and keep things moving. They do use technology because that's the only way we can connect with each other without actually getting physically in the same space. You may say, I don't really understand technology. It's not something that I've ever had to use very much of, and when I do use it, it's something that I don't feel very comfortable with. And is that going to be a problem to dealing with your case? Well, it isn't necessary to understand technology to take advantage of it. We have people at Scher Lawyers that will assist you in being able to use technology so that we can continue to efficiently work on your case and make you as comfortable as possible with any technology that is needed to deal with your case. You might say, I don't have a laptop with video. Can I just call instead? Well, if you don't have a laptop with video, you may be able to participate by using your smartphone, as most smartphones can be used effectively to participate in a video conference. If that isn't possible, you can still participate by being on the phone. We have already had some cases proceed by using phones and video conferencing with success. And one of the last things that people wonder about in terms of getting this all done, and certainly we are concerned about it, is how will we get your paperwork that you need to sign, and how do we get it back? Well, as far as getting final documents signed, we will be using electronic signatures wherever possible. Our office uses a product called DocuSign. Some of you may have seen that when you signed your retainer agreements with our office. And this makes signing a document on an electronic device very easy. We may still need to send some documents to you by mail or courier to complete the process, and that will be explained to you specifically when we're dealing with your particular case. So in these difficult times, I just wanted to make you feel somewhat reassured that while it's difficult to work in these conditions, we were thinking ahead already, even before COVID-19, about working efficiently for all the cases we handle for people all over the country. And because of those steps that we've been working on over the last several years, we were in a good position to be able to deploy remote technologies to have our employees working from home quickly and efficiently. We all miss getting together with each other at the office and having the social exchanges that we're accustomed to and talking amongst team members. So we are also using video conferencing and Microsoft Teams to stay in touch with each other. Just to give you a little anecdote, one of our long-time staff members had a death in the family in the last few days, and whether that family member is going to be able to have a conventional funeral and get together is obviously questionable in these circumstances, but the outpouring of empathy and sympathy towards our staff member was something that we were able to use technology. It's still not as good as getting together, but it's the next best thing, and the best thing for us and our clients is to keep these cases going and trying to get you your cases settled and resolved as efficiently, as quickly as possible. We know in these times finances are even tighter, with other members of the family losing work or not being able to go to work in the crisis. So we have your interest at heart, and we are doing all that we can to keep your cases moving. So once again, I'm David Scher at Scher Lawyers, and I look forward to hearing about your cases getting settled in the coming months. Thanks so much for listening to me today.